Amid the harsh, dry expanse of Xinjiang's Taklamakan Desert, millions of fish are thriving in what was once considered an impossible environment for life. A groundbreaking aquaculture project has turned the desert into an unlikely hub for fish farming, producing over 196,500 tons of fish annually. With a 99% survival rate and the ability to recycle over 90% of the water, this innovation challenges everything we thought we knew about agriculture in extreme climates. The question now, how did China transform one of the world's driest regions into a thriving aquaculture powerhouse? Xinjiang, located in the far northwest of China, is a place that most people associate with sand, heat, and an almost complete lack of water. The Taklamakan Desert, one of the most arid and hostile environments on Earth, stretches across the region. Temperatures regularly soar above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer, and rainfall is minimal, less than 4 inches a year. For centuries, this vast expanse has been a barrier to any significant form of agriculture, let alone something as water-intensive as fish farming. Yet today, a new industry is flourishing here, defying both the physical limits of the desert and the assumptions we've held about farming in extreme climates. China's push for greater food security and self-sufficiency has been driven by a growing demand for protein and the risks associated with traditional agricultural methods, especially in areas vulnerable to drought or natural disasters. With the limits of conventional farming becoming increasingly apparent, the Chinese government has sought new ways to make use of previously unproductive land. This has led to the exploration of innovative solutions, from farming in areas once thought inhospitable to developing cutting-edge technologies that enable agriculture to thrive in even the harshest environments. It is in this context that the Xinjiang Aquaculture Project has emerged as a groundbreaking model for farming in extreme climates. The key to making fish farming work in the Taklamakan Desert is technology, specifically the use of recirculating aquaculture systems, or RAS. These systems allow fish to be raised in large, controlled tanks where water is continuously filtered, oxygenated, and reused. Traditional aquaculture, in which fish are raised in ponds or cages that require large amounts of fresh water, would be unsustainable in a desert. The innovation of RAS lies in its ability to minimize water usage by recirculating water within the system, reducing the need for external sources. With RAS, water quality is tightly controlled, making it possible to farm fish in conditions that would be impossible with conventional methods. It is this technology, combined with the region's access to groundwater and advanced filtration systems, that has allowed the project to succeed where so many others have failed.
The scale of the operation is nothing short of impressive. The aquaculture project spans several large facilities, each containing thousands of tanks filled with fish. These tanks are lined with advanced membranes that ensure no water escapes, and they're constantly monitored to maintain the perfect balance of oxygen, temperature, and pH levels. The systems also use biofilters to remove harmful waste products, preventing the buildup of harmful chemicals that could damage the fish or the water supply. The result is a highly efficient system that maximizes the use of each drop of water. This method has proven to be highly effective, and the project's success is reflected in the fish production numbers. In just a few years, the operation has produced nearly 196,500 tons of fish annually, with a 99% survival rate. These figures are staggering, especially considering the challenges posed by the desert environment. Unlike traditional fish farming, which can be prone to disease outbreaks and environmental stresses, the controlled conditions of the RAS system provide a much safer environment for the fish, allowing them to thrive at a rate that would be unthinkable in natural waters. What makes this project even more impressive is its sustainability, a critical factor when operating in a region where water is not just scarce, but a precious and limited resource. In Xinjiang, every drop of water is valuable, and traditional farming methods have struggled due to the region's extreme dryness. In such a setting, the ability to recycle over 90% of the water used in the aquaculture tanks is nothing short of revolutionary. Unlike conventional aquaculture methods, where water is often drawn from external sources and used only once, the recirculating aquaculture system, RAS, relies on an innovative process of continuous filtration and reuse. The system operates in a closed loop, where the water is filtered to remove waste, replenished with oxygen, and then returned to the tanks, ready for the next cycle. This minimizes the need for external water sources, ensuring that the amount of fresh water required is reduced to a bare minimum. In a region where water scarcity is a constant challenge, this has been a game changer for the project.
The significance of this water management system cannot be overstated. In a place like Xinjiang, where the Taklamakan Desert is among the driest on Earth, every drop of water counts. The efficiency with which the aquaculture systems are able to recycle water not only conserves this invaluable resource, but also keeps the entire operation sustainable in the long term. The project's use of groundwater, which is drawn from deep underground reservoirs, has been carefully calibrated to prevent over-extraction. These aquifers are monitored closely to ensure that the water level remains steady and that the resource is not depleted over time. Unlike traditional agriculture, which can drain aquifers at an unsustainable rate, the aquaculture system's careful management of water ensures that this vital resource remains available for future generations. The impact of these water management systems extends beyond mere conservation. By keeping the water clean and healthy for the fish, the RAS technology also improves the overall efficiency of the operation. Fish are raised in pristine conditions, free from the risks of contamination and disease that are common in open water systems. The combination of efficient water use and clean, healthy tanks ensures that the fish not only survive but thrive, leading to impressive survival rates and high-quality yields. This closed-loop system has redefined what's possible in farming in an environment where water is the most precious commodity. But this project is not just about producing fish, it's part of a much larger vision for transforming Xinjiang into a thriving economic powerhouse. Xinjiang has long been one of China's most underdeveloped provinces, with a sparse population, rugged terrain, and limited agricultural output due to its harsh climate. The region has historically relied on traditional farming methods, which are often limited by water availability, low soil fertility, and a lack of infrastructure. However, by embracing innovative agricultural techniques like aquaculture, China is transforming Xinjiang into a model for the future of farming in extreme conditions. This project is a bold step toward revitalizing the region, creating jobs, and building a more resilient, diversified economy. Aquaculture is seen as an industry that can thrive even in some of the world's most challenging environments, and Xinjiang is now proving this with its high-tech approach. The growth of the fish farming sector is opening up new avenues for employment, from technicians who operate the aquaculture systems to the workers who manage the filtration and oxygenation processes. Additionally, as more farms open and grow, the project has the potential to attract a range of industries, from water technology to food processing, that can further boost the local economy. The fish produced in these desert tanks are not just for local consumption. They are part of a broader, international business. China's aquaculture output is reaching beyond the borders of Xinjiang, with fish shipments going to various parts of the country and international markets. Countries like Russia and Spain have become key export destinations thanks to the consistent quality of the fish and the reliable production rate. This growth in exports further solidifies Xinjiang's role as a critical player in global food production. The province's ability to produce fish in a desert environment has caught the attention of other nations facing their own water challenges, showcasing the potential of desert farming to solve food security problems. This expansion into international markets also highlights Xinjiang's rising prominence on the world stage. Once an isolated and economically stagnant region, it is now emerging as a hub for innovation and economic growth. The success of the aquaculture project has sparked interest from industries worldwide, and there is a growing recognition that China's model of farming in arid conditions could offer valuable lessons to other countries struggling with similar environmental constraints. By transforming its desert into a global supplier of fish, Xinjiang is not only securing its own economic future, but also positioning itself as a leader in sustainable food production on the international stage. The success of Xinjiang's desert aquaculture project has significant implications for the future of food production in other arid regions around the world. In places like the Middle East, Africa, and even parts of the United States, desert landscapes have long been seen as a barrier to traditional farming. But if China's aquaculture project can be replicated in other dry regions, it could help meet the growing global demand for seafood and protein. The technology used in Xinjiang could be a key part of a sustainable solution to global food security.
However, the project is not without its challenges. Despite the success of the RAS systems, there are still concerns about the environmental impact of large-scale aquaculture in a region that already faces water scarcity. While the recycling of water is a major achievement, the extraction of groundwater for the project remains a concern. Overuse of the region's aquifers could lead to long-term environmental damage, including land subsidence and the depletion of vital water resources. Additionally, the aquaculture industry requires large amounts of energy to run the filtration and oxygenation systems. While Xinjiang has made strides in using renewable energy sources to power the project, the long-term environmental impact of the energy use is still being assessed. Despite these concerns, the Xinjiang aquaculture project represents a major leap forward in the quest to make food production more sustainable and efficient. It showcases the power of technology to overcome the natural limitations of the environment and demonstrates what can be achieved when innovation meets necessity. By turning a desert into a hub for fish farming, China has not only proven that it is possible to farm in extreme conditions, but it has also opened the door for other regions to follow suit. Looking to the future, the potential for expansion is vast. As China continues to develop new aquaculture technologies and refine existing systems, the aquaculture project in Xinjiang could grow to produce even more fish with even greater efficiency. The next frontier may be the introduction of new species, bred specifically to thrive in controlled desert-like conditions. The success of this venture also raises important questions about the future of food production in the face of climate change. With the world's population continuing to grow and with traditional agricultural systems under strain, the need for innovative solutions has never been greater. In the coming decades, desert aquaculture may become an increasingly important part of the global food system. As more regions face the challenges of water scarcity and environmental degradation, the lessons learned from Xinjiang could help shape the future of farming in some of the world's most unforgiving environments. By transforming one of the driest places on Earth into a thriving aquaculture hub, China has shown that it is possible to challenge the status quo and create new possibilities for food production in even the most extreme climates.